Hi guys, welcome back. I got a pair of eyes on the helmet. I still need to put them on the other side, but I just wanted to go ahead and get one side done. Let's start working on that one. Alright, I've spent some time getting some very accurate measurements of where the eyes are going to go. Nice, they fit in there really well. What I'm going to have it do is, it's going to be on there. He's going to be looking straight ahead when he walks and he sees something. He's going to turn this way and look left and right. I made the quick decision to put the LEDs between the eyes. So the blue is going to be on the bottom, the green is going to be on the top. Perfect. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side on my own, and I'll tune back in when I'm doing something else. Okay, so what I'm going to be working on now is getting these 6 ground wires connected to the cathodes of all my LEDs and the grounds on my two ultrasonic sensors. Okay, so I've got the eyes and the LEDs all completely wired up. I've decided to mount the board inside the helmet, so all those wires are going to be soldered to this in some way instead of hanging down inside of my robot body. Okay, so I finally got the brains done, or at least part of the brains, the eyes and the 2 LEDs on each side. I'm going to go ahead and install it in here, and then I'm going to plug it up to see how it looks. Oh, there we go. We see the 2 green LEDs, and it sees the camera, so it'll turn blue, and the other side sees the table. Ooh, nice, huh? Looks pretty good. Chong. Looks like I tore the head off of a robot. Now I want to add... That's a bright blue LED. The green one isn't very bright. I like the blue ones though. I haven't been walking you through everything I've been doing, but let me update you real quick. I included these 4 LEDs, all connected to their own pins, so I can have the robot, if it stops, the red one would turn on. Maybe while it's going, the green will be on, and maybe I can even do a light show and just do something fancy with them. Whatever, and that goes through the top of his helmet. I cut 4 holes in the top of his helmet where all those stick out of. And then, so you saw those 2 lights in the eyes. I added a 3rd LED hole on both sides, and that is for headlights. So, in addition to all these LEDs, I have these 2 LEDs, and these came from a flashlight along with this battery right here. Instead of using the 12-volt battery from the robot, I am powering the LEDs with the batteries that came with the flashlight, which are here, 2 flat, I think 7 volts, the 2 together create 3.5 each, something like that. Anyway, so right now, and then I have this light sensor installed. Man, it's too bad this GoPro can't focus very well. I need a better camera. Anyway, this is a light sensor, very tiny, so right now I have it set up so that when it's kind of dark, these 4 LEDs will turn on, and then when it's really dark, his headlights will turn on. So when I cover this, you'll see those will come on. See, it's just kind of dark. I just have my hand kind of over it. It's blue, yellow, red, and green. And then these suckers are really bright, which came from a really bright LED flashlight. And then when I cover it all the way, these come on. And these are going to be his headlights. Not that he actually needs them for the sensors, the rangefinder sensors, because it uses sound. It's like sonar. But just for the effect that he's looking where he's going. But he'll be able to see in the dark anyway. Anyway, it's pretty cool. So I'm going to push everything inside of his helmet. Oh, another thing. I have 2 holes on, where are they? Right here. One over here and one over here, which I'm using these screws with to hold in the circuit board. There's screw holes in the corner here. And it screws right up in there. Everything presses in, and I screw it into the top. And then what I just got in the mail, what I've been waiting for so I can continue this project, was primarily this extension cord for the USB for the Arduino. So instead of having this plugged into the computer from his helmet, I need a hole that's going to go. So that's going to stay in there permanently. This end is going to come out of another hole in the helmet, so I don't ever have to take this stuff out in order to plug this in and upload the code to his brain. And I already drew a hole right there. You can see where this is going to stick out of. That's perfect. I need it nice and tight. That's still probably not even tight enough. I'll probably have to put some hot glue in there. Okay, so I finally got this extension in the mail. This is going to plug in to right here into my heart, I'm calling it. So this is the heart of my robot. The Arduino Uno is going to be inside the body, and that's going to run the limbs. You know, the wheels, the arms, going to run this right here. And then I'm going to have this extension sticking out somewhere in the wall of this robot so I can easily plug it in and program it, just like I have on the brain. This is the extension from the brain. But anyway, they're both going to be connected to each other so they can read what's going on with each other. So if something happens with the head, the heart will do something and maybe move the limbs. And if something happens with the heart, maybe one of the limbs are moving, and I need to tell the brain, so the brain turns on a certain light on its head or needs to turn its head, then the brain will respond accordingly and do what it needs to do. Alright, I think I got it, but that is obviously going on the inside. While I'm out here, I'm going to grind down these 2 screws so that when I push the wheel on, those 2 screws aren't sticking out and preventing me from pushing the wheel on as much as I can. I think what happened, the screws got so hot it melted the plastic around the screw, and it looks like I may have got it loose. Maybe not though. I got that really good, nice and flat. and I can still get a screwdriver there if necessary. Looks good. That should be just fine. So what I just did was solder this wire to pin 13 on my Nano, which is my last available digital pin. I have 2 more analog pins that I have connected to 2 resistors that I can maybe use in the future if I want to upgrade the robot, but for now I'm just going to have 3 wires connecting to the Uno. So I have 2 so far here that are being used for the eyes, so when the front eye sees something, it's going to send information to the body, or the heart I call this, and then if the left eye or the back eyes see something, it's going to send information to the heart. Now this one is right now just an available pin that's going to go to analog input 0 and connect to digital pin 13 on the Nano. So in my code I've specified that this pin is available, so should I need it to add some kind of functionality, I know it's there. There we go. So there we go, it's plugged in. Now I got everything pretty much wired up. I'm going to push everything in the robot, put inside the brains into his head, get everything in there, and I need to hot glue a few of these things. I need to hot glue these so they stay in position. So here's where I'm at. I got everything glued in. All the lights are hot glued. His headlights, 2 LED lights, his eyes are hot glued in. So I had everything pushed in. I had this screwed down. Everything was tucked in nicely. First I tested it and everything was working fine. And once I had everything pressed in really good, I noticed the headlights weren't working. Those completely stopped working. So what I did was, while it was on, I wanted to pull the light sensor out. So I kind of fished it out with a screwdriver. And while I was pulling it out, and while it was plugged into my computer, so powered, the lights were on and everything, I think what I did was I touched a ground wire to the positive of one of my outputting LEDs, and I was just reading online, one of the ways to destroy an Arduino is to basically short the pin to ground. You have created an overcurrent condition on the input-output pin and it will be destroyed. So I think what happened, I completely fried the microcontroller, i.e. the Arduino. So now when I plug it in, let me show you here. So it's completely plugged in right now. And nothing. Not a zip. The brain has been destroyed. And I am extremely frustrated. I'm just really bummed. I can't believe that. All this crap, all that work I put into this stupid thing, all that soldering, all those wires. I think there's like, I don't know, 40 wires or something. I don't know if I have the energy to wire it up again. But I did learn my lesson. I do protect open wires and stuff with tape and everything, but I do need to be more cautious, much more cautious than RDM. I don't know if you can see that, but there's 2 exposed wires at the top there, and I think as I was fishing it out, it touched a wire on an LED, That's the only thing I could think that destroyed it, because as soon as I pulled this out, everything went off. So yeah, that's that. You can say goodbye to my robot project for a while. I'm not sure when I'm going to redo that. Thanks for watching.